Yeah, pretty cool. That's kind of beautiful. Quite impressive. Right now I'm at the parking area for the Bridge to Nowhere trailhead, which just opened up. And yeah, my plan is to do a quick little jog out here and then check out the Billy Heaton Mine. But yeah, this opening of this recent closure really opens up a lot of mines and a lot of neat adventures. So looking forward to that. Not sure how many of you have been here before, but just looking at this, it's pretty wild how much damage the fire did to the vegetation here. I don't remember if this was here before, but now that I see it, I'm kind of tempted to check it out. Sort of looked like an adit, but definitely not, at least by the looks of things now. Anyways, yeah, the mine should just be out there, very close by. All right, definitely a short jog. I think this is the old mining road, so I'm gonna follow it up, you know. As I said, I've been here before, but there's really a lot that I've just kind of passed by and explored, you know. So I feel like over the next, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks, I'll try to come here, you know, when I have more time and do some exploring. But we'll see. It might actually be more towards the end of the year, so you'll have to stay tuned. I don't really want to go way far back when it gets super hot. All right, so I think these are some of the old cabin ruins here for the mine. And yeah, so you can see there's this structure here, a little bit of graffiti, nothing insane though, you know. Pretty wild. I might stop and get a quick little photo here before trying to find the mine at it. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, there's a section of it right across the canyon over there. And you know what? I'm gonna try to get a photo here too. That's kind of beautiful. All right, let's see if we can find that mine at it. So yeah, anyways, neat rocks here. I think there's like a fault that it's located on. Give me a second. So, no idea. Oh, okay, well, pretty easy actually. Looks like there might have been a nice waterfall flow in here, maybe earlier in the year, but yeah, here's the adit. Let's go take a look. All right, it's definitely more flooded than I've seen in other videos. There's kind of a thin layer of water here, you know, and yeah, pretty cool actually. So, oh wow, we have ourselves a little bird here. So, yeah, the bird's just flying around. But pretty wild. I'm gonna get a photo here real quick and then keep going. Yeah, so I am very, very excited about exploring more of the mines along the East Fork, you know. I think I've seen a few videos of this one, but yeah, it's definitely exceeds my expectations. So you got a lot of this carbonate stuff forming here, which is very cool. You know, I'm gonna get a few photos here too. So yeah, pretty neat. All right, that's quite impressive. And all this beautiful like carbonate, this white stuff is just precipitating on the mine walls. Very cool. Okay, that bird is still there. I think I'm just chasing it further and further back. Yeah, right there. Okay. I think this mine's like 120 feet, maybe 127. So it's not like super far, but it does go a good ways. Yeah, I might have cornered this bird here. Oh, you're good. I'll get a few photos of him if I can. Yeah, I think the bird just kind of darted past me. Now I think it's on its way to escape. But yeah, that was cool. Very happy I did this, you know. Quick trip during a weekday, not very far from where I parked, but definitely worth it. So once again, it's really, really great that the closures have opened, you know, and it's amazing that this is so close to the road. Once again, that little bird right there. But yeah, you know, I think it's just real nice to have all these beautiful mines in the San Gabriels. But yeah, I got another photo here. All right, that was very cool. Time to make my way back and yeah, not even dark. I'm happy I was able to make this, you know. Traffic wasn't phenomenal driving out from the west, but yeah, that's beautiful. I'm gonna do the wide angle lens. There we go. Neat mine, a little bit of graffiti, but the inside is actually not too bad. I think that was yeah, it was a wonderful trip actually, not gonna lie. That was very cool, and again, this is gonna be a short trip, but it's sort of like a reconnaissance trip for me, because I mean, I've been here, but I really want to do some more like kind of longer, more extreme, I guess, stuff here. And yeah, this is just kind of like a, you know, quick evening excursion for me. That wasn't, I mean, hardly even a jog really. But anyways, yeah, the mine, amazing. I'm sure the rest of the mines here are amazing. There's a lot just on the East Fork, like the Azusa mine, Stanley Miller, one of these annex mines. I'm actually going here real quick. You know, I think even in the area, there's like Native Sun, Bighorn, which is a big one. Sorry, but I want to do, that'll be a kind of an extreme one. But yeah, anyways, very cool cabin ruins, very neat mine. And I will be back, maybe actually quite soon, I don't know, so stay tuned. So before I start jogging back to where I parked, which is like pretty much right over there, I just want to say that, you know, I never really came here a lot for really, you know, I've been here a few times, I've been out to the Narrows, Bridge to Nowhere, stuff like that, but not frequently. And I mean, this, one of the reasons is this was a very popular spot, right? And that's not necessarily an issue. You know, I visit areas that are popular, not super frequently, but I do. But I was always actually worried about fires, you know, so like right about over there, especially in the summer, you get a lot of people, you know, grilling, cooking. Even now, even as I drove up here, there was a guy like using one of the grills, I think at the Oaks picnic site or something like that. And the flames must have been like a couple of feet up, you know? So like, it's not, that is a common thing you'll see here. And I was always like worried that I would be out here, you know, and there would be a massive forest fire or something like that. And so, you know, that wasn't really the case until last year, you know, and there were two fires here. There was sort of a smaller one, and I was like, okay, you know, now that happened, maybe I'll go. And actually the funny thing is, about maybe a week before the bridge fire, I was planning on like doing something all the way up to like, you know, like the headwaters of the San Gabriel River, trying to do a long trip up there. But yeah, you know, there was that big fire, and the bridge fire, and then this was all closed for a bit. And a lot of the mines around here are closed too, you know, so even the ones that aren't really directly in the river area. But yeah, so I wound up doing the Falls Gorge trip to Pirate Creek, which was really amazing, not gonna lie. But I've really been itching to do this, you know, and I think it's probably especially safe now just due to the fact that so much of this has burned. You know, it's pretty unlikely you're gonna have another fire just burning this area. Maybe further downstream, I don't know, but like, you have the Glendora Ridge motorway. So I feel like right now this is a lot safer. That being said, I actually don't know how the conditions are further upstream. So that's something I'm gonna try to figure out sometime soon. I don't know when I'm gonna come here next, but I do wanna do a longer trip past the bridge a good ways in the near future. So anyways, enough of my rant. But yeah, stay tuned if you wanna see that.